Today for Starbucks, we're going to be making the cord that's going to be locking it together and creating a nice cover. We are going to be taking the Starbucks Part 2, and hopefully everybody has been able to master folding the pages from last week, and you are able to work on it. So maybe if it wasn't last week, maybe it was the last time you tried this, so you let me know by getting back to me. I am going to show you how we're going to make a cover. And for example, I don't have fancy paper, I just have the paper here. And this is from the markers I was using. Really nice Crayola markers here. And I'm going to use the box. I will show you right here how this is all going to go down. Alright, so I'm going to be taking a box scrap and cutting it apart. And once I cut it apart, I will then go ahead and size up my page, and I want to make sure that my cover is actually going to be a little bit larger than the actual shape. So if you take a look here, you can see that there is extra space around the actual paper that you have already folded together. So you can eye it up. I'm just going to eye it up so it looks like it's about correct, about the same. And the easy thing to do after that is to take the same piece. I happen to get lucky, it's almost exactly the same size that I need, but if it wasn't, I could go back and take another cardboard piece and size it up. So I happen to be in luck. I did not plan this ahead of time, so I just have to trim a very little bit off of the edges so I have a square that is the same size that I cut out. If there are extra little pieces, you can trim those off, and that will work fine. Now, before we get to putting this Starbucks together, we have to make sure we know where the top is. So if you need to, you can mark where the top is so you know where it is at all times. And then the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be sizing up. I'm actually going to be making the white part of this cardboard on the outside so I can decorate it the way I would like it to be. And you can use glue stick, you can use glue. This is my wood glue, so it's a little stronger than I need. I like to use a stronger glue, so I will be using the wood glue. You don't need to use a whole lot, but you want to make sure that when you put it down, that you flip it over so you can make sure it looks like it is equal on all the edges that you need. Now I am lining this side up too. And before this dries fully, ahead of time I would get some type of a rope or cord. I happen to have some nylon cord that happened to be here. If you have nylon cord, sometimes the cord will fray, so I usually have a parent who will probably be able to help you burn the ends. Or another thing you can do is you can tie the ends. I actually I'm going to tie the ends so they don't fray, and I'm going to then go back inside this where the top page is and glue. I'd put a good amount of glue. You need to let this dry quite some time. I'm going to glue that page and that cord right in here. If you have a hot glue gun, I would say that is your best bet if your parents are willing to help you or you are trusted by your parents to use a hot glue gun. So I would glue that there. And I would go back to the other side. Obviously we just glued this, so the glue is going to be a little forgiving at this time. And I take the other end of the string and I would glue down the same way. Make sure you glue it where you mark the top pieces. You will see my loop to be like that. Now, this is going to take a while to dry, so we're going to hold on and we will come back from there. So while that dries, I don't have any pony beads. So pony beads are like the necklace and bracelet beads that you'd have laying around the home, or maybe from an old necklace or something like that. So I would be making my own bead by cutting a long, skinny strip of paper. And this is important for towards the end, that we have a locking mechanism that we can use for the starboard. So for example, I might want to start by taking maybe a little bit of a marker to roll this up. This is pretty easy to do. Once you get that started to be rolled up, then you can go ahead and roll that together. Okay, so now you have it starting to curl, and I would put a little bit of glue on that paper roll, and I would roll it up. Carefully. I would not glue all the way to the end because it'll happen, it'll squish out everywhere and you will have kind of a mess. A loop like that. So this is another step that you could do for making a bead if you do not have a bead to use for your locking mechanism for your starboard. I'm gonna actually smash mine down a little bit so I can use it a little better. Now, since everything is dried and the cord is on pretty tight, that is a good thing. So I'm going to be showing you that you can use a hot glue gun. We didn't for this step, but I had it out just so you knew what hot glue guns look like. I'm sure you all do. But I found something better because I don't have beads laying around, but I do have a straw. So I'm able to cut a piece of straw to act as my bead too. Now, paper can work, but straws are going to be better. So I'm going to show you with a straw, set up my paper, and we will go from there. So what you're going to do for your locking mechanism, you take whatever thread or string you have, you're going to slide that bead down. Now the problem is you have to have a big enough knot that does not, no pun intended, slide off. So I'm going to put a double knot at the tip, so that way this bead or the straw doesn't fall off. So this will keep my book locked for me. And then if you want to open it up and you want to lock it open, this will help you keep it locked and open. So if you want to display all your artwork on here, you can. So again, locking mechanism, cover, and everything should be here. Now, the fun thing is you can use your cover to do whatever you want. Use markers. You can do whatever you would like to do. The fun thing about having this book is not only can you have unique artwork that is in the inside of your book, but you can have a unique story or write about your favorite things inside of the book. So I recommend using pencil because you cannot erase right away, so you can always use pencil first, or you can, if you are confident, go ahead and use any of the marker stuff that you want. And that should be all you need to do for your star book. And I would love to see people's star books. When we're all done with them, you can put them on Artsonia on your profile. You can do that, or you can share them on your Google Drive. So hopefully everything turns out for you, and good luck.